Imagine waking up at 4 a.m., feeling energized and ready to conquer the world. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that this simple trick could completely change your life? That's right. The 4 a.m. trick isn't just another fad. It's a powerful tool that can help you brainwash yourself for success and destroy those pesky negative thoughts that hold you back. And the best part? It's backed by the teachings of the renowned doctor, Joe Dispenza. Now, you might be thinking, 4 a.m.? Are you kidding me? I can barely drag myself out of bed at 7. Trust me, I get it. But here's the thing. This isn't about torturing yourself or becoming a coffee addict. It's about tapping into a special time of day when your mind is at its most receptive, when you can literally rewire your brain for success. And once you experience the incredible benefits, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I don't have enough time," or "I'm too tired to work on my goals"? Well, the 4 a.m. trick is about to blow those excuses out of the water. It's not just about waking up early. It's about creating a powerful morning routine that sets you up for success all day long. And the best part? You'll be amazed at how quickly you start seeing results in every area of your life. So what's so special about 4 a.m.? Why not 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.? Well, there's actually some pretty cool science behind it. You see, at 4 a.m., most people are still fast asleep. The world is quiet, and there are no distractions. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your brain is in a unique state at this time. When you first wake up, your brain is still in what scientists call a theta state. This is a dreamy, half-awake state where your subconscious mind is more accessible. It's like your brain's defenses are down, making it the perfect time to plant new ideas and beliefs. And that's exactly what we're going to do with the 4 a.m. trick. But it's not just about your brain state. Waking up at 4 a.m. gives you a head start on the day. While the rest of the world is still snoozing, you're already up and working on yourself. It's like having a secret advantage, a few extra hours that most people don't have. And let me tell you, those extra hours can make all the difference. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. CEOs, athletes, entrepreneurs. Many of them swear by early morning routines. They use this time to meditate, exercise, plan their day, or work on important projects without interruptions. By the time most people are just starting their day, these early risers have already accomplished more than most people do in an entire day. But here's the really cool part. The 4 a.m. trick isn't just about being productive. It's about changing your entire mindset. When you commit to waking up at 4 a.m., you're sending a powerful message to yourself. You're saying, "I'm serious about my goals. I'm willing to do what others won't to achieve what others can't." And that mindset shift alone can be transformative. Now let's dive a bit deeper into the science behind this, drawing on the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you're not familiar with Dr. Dispenza, he's a neuroscientist and author who has done groundbreaking work on the connection between the brain and success. And his research fits perfectly with the 4 a.m. trick. Dr. Dispenza talks a lot about neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and form new neural connections throughout life. In simple terms, this means that your brain is constantly changing based on your thoughts and experiences. And here's the kicker. You can actually control this process. You can literally rewire your brain for success. But here's the thing. Your brain is most receptive to change when you're in a relaxed, focused state. Sound familiar? That's exactly the state your brain is in at 4 a.m. When you wake up early and engage in positive practices like meditation or visualization, you're creating new neural pathways. You're literally changing the structure of your brain. Dr. Dispenza also emphasizes the importance of breaking out of your routine. He says that to create real change, you need to do something different, something your brain isn't used to. And what could be more different than waking up at 4 a.m. when you've spent your whole life sleeping in? But it's not just about waking up early. It's about what you do with that time. Dr. Dispenza teaches that to change your life, you need to change your energy. And that starts with your thoughts and emotions. When you wake up at 4 a.m. and immediately focus on positive thoughts and emotions, you're setting a powerful intention for the day. Think about it this way. Most people wake up and immediately start thinking about all the things they have to do, all their problems and worries. They're starting their day in a state of stress and negativity. But when you wake up at 4 a.m. and spend time focusing on gratitude, visualizing your goals, and cultivating positive emotions, you're starting your day in a completely different energy state. And here's where it gets really exciting. According to Dr. Dispenza, when you change your energy, you change your life. He teaches that the universe responds to your energy, not your words or even your actions. So when you start your day in a high-energy, positive state, you're literally attracting positive experiences and opportunities into your life. But it's not just about attraction. When you start your day in this positive state, you're more likely to take positive actions throughout the day. You're more likely to eat healthy, to exercise, to be kind to others, to work hard towards your goals. It's like a domino effect of positivity that starts at 4 a.m. and ripples through your entire life. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but I'm not a morning person. I can barely function before my third cup of coffee. And that's okay. The 4 a.m. trick isn't about forcing yourself to become a morning person overnight. It's about gradually shifting your routine and mindset. Dr. Dispenza talks a lot about the power of consistency. He says that to create real change, you need to repeat the same thoughts and actions over and over until they become automatic. And that's exactly what we're going to do with the 4 a.m. trick. We're going to create a consistent morning routine that, over time, will completely transform your life. But here's the really important part. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Maybe you start by waking up at 5 a.m. or even 6 a.m. Maybe you only do it 3 days a week at first. That's okay. The key is to start somewhere and gradually build the habit. And remember, this isn't just about waking up early. It's about what you do with that time. Dr. Dispenza emphasizes the importance of meditation and visualization. He teaches that when you combine elevated emotions with clear intentions, you can literally create a new reality for yourself. So, imagine waking up at 4 a.m. and spending just 15 minutes in meditation. You're focusing on feelings of gratitude, love, and joy. You're visualizing your goals as if they've already happened. You're literally programming your brain for success before most people have even hit the snooze button. But it doesn't stop there. Dr. Dispenza also talks about the importance of breaking negative thought patterns. And that's another reason why the 4 a.m. trick is so powerful. When you wake up early and immediately focus on positive thoughts, you're interrupting the cycle of negative thinking that many of us fall into. Think about it. How often do you wake up and immediately start worrying about all the things you have to do, or rehashing arguments from the day before, or stressing about money? With the 4 a.m. trick, you're giving yourself the chance to start each day with a clean slate, to focus on what you want to create rather than what you're afraid of. And here's another cool thing, Doctor. Dispenza teaches, your thoughts create your reality. So when you start your day focusing on positive thoughts and emotions, you're literally creating a more positive reality for yourself. You're training your brain to look for opportunities rather than obstacles, to focus on solutions rather than problems. But let's be real. This isn't always easy. Negative thoughts have a way of creeping in, especially when we're trying to make positive changes. And that's okay. Dr. Dispenza teaches that the key is not to fight against negative thoughts, but to simply observe them and let them go. Think of it like this. Your mind is like a river, and your thoughts are like boats floating down that river. With the 4 a.m. trick, you're learning to sit on the bank of the river and watch those thought boats float by without getting caught up in them. You're learning to choose which boats to hop on and which ones to let float away. And here's where it gets really powerful. As you practice this, you'll start to notice that you have more control over your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. You'll find yourself better able to stay calm in stressful situations, to maintain a positive outlook even when things get tough. But remember, this isn't about forcing yourself to be positive all the time. It's about creating a habit of positivity, a default state of optimism and possibility. And that starts at 4 a.m. Now you might be wondering, how long does it take to see results? Well, according to Dr. Dispenza, you can start to see changes in your brain in as little as 4 days of consistent practice. But to create lasting change, you need to stick with it for at least 60 to 90 days. That might sound like a long time, but think about it. How long have you been living with negative thoughts and self-limiting beliefs? Probably a lot longer than 90 days, right? So giving yourself 3 months to completely transform your mindset and your life, that's actually a pretty amazing deal. And here's the thing. Once you start seeing results, it becomes easier and easier to stick with it. You'll start to notice that you have more energy throughout the day. You'll find yourself feeling more positive and optimistic. You'll start attracting more positive people and opportunities into your life. But it's not just about what happens on the outside. The real magic happens on the inside. As you practice the 4 a.m. trick, you'll start to develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. You'll become more in tune with your thoughts and emotions. You'll start to understand yourself on a whole new level. And that self-awareness? It's like a superpower. When you understand yourself better, you can make better decisions. You can communicate more effectively. You can build stronger relationships. You can pursue your goals with more clarity and purpose. But perhaps the most amazing thing about the 4 a.m. trick is how it can help you break free from your past. Dr. Dispenza talks a lot about how our past experiences shape our current reality. We often get stuck in patterns of thinking and behaving based on what's happened to us before. But when you wake up at 4 a.m. and spend time visualizing your ideal future, you're literally creating new memories in your brain. You're teaching your brain to focus on what's possible rather than what's already happened. And over time, This can completely change your perception of yourself and your life. Think about it. How often do you find yourself saying things like, "I'm not good at math," or "I'm always late," or "I never finish what I start"? These are just stories we tell ourselves based on past experiences. But with the 4 a.m. trick, you can start to rewrite those stories. Instead of, "I'm not good at math," you might start saying, "I'm learning and improving every day." Instead of, "I'm always late," you might start saying, "I value my time and the time of others." Instead of, "I never finish what I start," you might start saying, "I am committed and persistent." And here's the really cool part. As you start to change these internal stories, your external reality starts to change too. You might find yourself actually improving at math, or becoming more punctual, or finishing more projects. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but in the best possible way. But it's not just about changing your personal stories. The 4 a.m. trick can also help you tap into something bigger than yourself. Dr. Dispenza talks a lot about connecting with what he calls the quantum field, a field of infinite possibilities that we can access when we quiet our minds and open our hearts. Now, this might sound a bit out there, especially if you're new to these concepts. But think about it this way. Have you ever had a moment of inspiration that seemed to come out of nowhere? Or a gut feeling that turned out to be right? Or a coincidence that seemed too perfect to be just chance? That's you tapping into this field of possibilities. And when you wake up at 4 a.m., when the world is quiet and your mind is still, you're in the perfect state to access this field. You're creating space for inspiration to flow in, for new ideas to take root, for solutions to problems to suddenly become clear. But here's the thing. Accessing this field isn't about forcing or striving. It's about allowing. It's about creating space in your mind and your life for new possibilities to emerge. And that's exactly what the 4 a.m. trick helps you do. Think about it. When you're rushing through your day, constantly reacting to emails and notifications and demands on your time, where's the space for inspiration? Where's the room for new ideas to take root? But when you give yourself that quiet time in the early morning, you're creating fertile ground for creativity and innovation. And this isn't just woo-woo talk. Some of the most successful people in the world swear by their early morning routines. They use this time to tap into their creativity, to strategize, to connect with their deeper purpose. And with the 4 a.m. trick, you can do the same. But here's the really important part. This isn't about comparing yourself to others or trying to be like someone else. The 4 a.m. trick is about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about tapping into your own unique potential, pursuing your own unique dreams. And that's where the real magic happens. When you start your day focused on your own growth and potential, you become less concerned with what others think of you. You become less reactive to the ups and downs of daily life. You develop a kind of inner strength and resilience that can carry you through any challenge. Now that we understand why the 4 a.m. trick is so powerful, let's break down exactly how to do it. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. So don't worry if you can't do everything perfectly right away. The key is to start somewhere and build from there. First things first. Let's talk about actually waking up at 4 a.m. This can be the hardest part, especially if you're not used to early mornings. The key is to make it as easy as possible for yourself. Set multiple alarms if you need to. Put your alarm clock or phone across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. Some people even use smart light bulbs that gradually brighten the room before the alarm goes off, mimicking a natural sunrise. But here's the really important part. Don't hit snooze. When that alarm goes off, get up immediately. I know it's tough, but those few minutes of extra sleep aren't going to make you feel more rested. In fact, they can actually make you feel groggier. So when that alarm sounds, take a deep breath, stretch, and get out of bed. Once you're up, it's time to wake up your body and mind. Start with some light stretching or gentle yoga. This doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a few simple stretches to get your blood flowing and your muscles awake. You might want to try some neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, or gentle twists. The goal here isn't to work out. It's just to gently wake up your body. Next, drink a big glass of water. Your body gets dehydrated overnight, so rehydrating first thing in the morning can help you feel more awake and alert. Some people like to add a squeeze of lemon for an extra boost of vitamin C and to help alkalize the body. Now that you're up and hydrated, it's time for the real magic, meditation. This is where we tap into the power of neuroplasticity that Dr. Dispenza talks about. Find a quiet, comfortable place to sit. It could be a special meditation cushion or just a comfortable chair. The important thing is that you can sit comfortably with your spine straight. Close your eyes and start with some deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose, filling your belly with air, then slowly exhale through your mouth. Do this a few times, focusing on the sensation of the breath moving in and out of your body. This helps to calm your mind and center your attention. Once you feel centered, it's time to start your meditation. If you're new to meditation, don't worry. It doesn't have to be complicated. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes of sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. When thoughts come up, and they will, don't fight them. Just notice them and gently bring your attention back to your breath. As you get more comfortable with meditation, you can start to incorporate some of Dr. Dispenza's techniques. One powerful practice is to focus on feelings of gratitude, love, and joy. Think of things you're grateful for and really let yourself feel that gratitude. Imagine love flowing through your body. Recall moments of joy and let yourself fully experience that feeling. Another powerful technique is visualization. Spend some time visualizing your goals as if they've already happened. See yourself living the life you want, feeling the way you want to feel. Really engage all your senses in this visualization. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? The more real you can make it in your mind, the more powerful it becomes. After your meditation, take a few moments to set your intentions for the day. What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to feel? This isn't about making a to-do list. It's about setting the tone for your day. You might want to write these intentions down in a journal. Finally, if you have time, this is a great opportunity to do some reading or learning. Maybe you want to read a few pages of an inspiring book or watch a short educational video. The key is to feed your mind with positive, empowering information before you start your day. And there you have it, your 4 a.m. routine. Stretch, hydrate, meditate, visualize, set intentions, and learn. This whole routine can take as little as 30 minutes, or you can extend it longer if you have the time. The important thing is consistency. Do this every day, and you'll start to see amazing changes in your life. Now that we've got our 4 a.m. routine down, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges we all face: negative thoughts. You know the ones I'm talking about. The voice in your head that says you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. The worries about the future, the regrets about the past. These negative thoughts can be like a heavy weight, holding us back from achieving our dreams. But here's the good news. With the 4 a.m. trick, you're already taking a huge step towards overcoming these negative thoughts. By starting your day with positivity and intention, you're setting yourself up for success. But negative thoughts have a way of creeping in, don't they? So let's talk about some strategies to deal with them when they do. First, it's important to understand that having negative thoughts doesn't make you a negative person. We all have them. The key is not to try to eliminate negative thoughts entirely, which is impossible, but to change our relationship with them. One powerful technique is what psychologists call cognitive restructuring. This is a fancy term for challenging your negative thoughts. When a negative thought pops up, don't just accept it as truth. Question it. Is it really true? What evidence do you have for and against this thought? Often, when we examine our negative thoughts closely, we find that they're not based in reality at all. For example, let's say you have the thought, "I'm not good enough to get that promotion." Instead of accepting this thought, challenge it. Have you received positive feedback at work? Have you successfully completed projects? Have you been growing and learning in your role? Chances are you'll find plenty of evidence that contradicts your negative thought. Another powerful technique is mindfulness. This is about observing your thoughts without judgment. When a negative thought comes up, don't try to push it away or fight it. Just notice it. Oh, there's that thought again. Imagine your thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. You don't need to grab onto them or push them away. Just let them pass. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When we learn to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them, they start to lose their power over us. We start to realize that we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness that observes our thoughts. Another strategy is to practice gratitude. When negative thoughts start to overwhelm you, try shifting your focus to things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee or as profound as the love of your family. The point is to shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life. You can also try the ABC technique. This stands for aware, breathe, choose. When you notice a negative thought, aware, take a deep breath to center yourself. Breathe, then consciously choose a more positive thought, choose. For example, if you have the thought, "I can't do this," you might choose to replace it with, "I'm learning and growing every day." Remember, the goal isn't to force yourself to be positive all the time. It's about creating a habit of positivity, a default state of optimism and possibility. And that starts with your 4 a.m. routine. Now that we've talked about dealing with negative thoughts, let's focus on actively creating a positive mindset. This is where the real magic happens. When you can consistently maintain a positive mindset, you'll find that your whole life starts to change. First, let's talk about affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. They might feel a bit silly at first, but they're incredibly powerful. When you repeat positive affirmations, you're literally rewiring your brain to think more positively. The key with affirmations is to make them personal and believable. Instead of saying, "I am the best at everything," which your brain might reject as unrealistic, try something like, "I am constantly improving and growing." Instead of "I am rich," try, "I am worthy of abundance, and I attract opportunities for financial growth." Here are a few examples of powerful affirmations you might want to try. I am capable of achieving my goals. I choose to focus on the positive in every situation. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. I trust in my ability to overcome challenges. I am grateful for all the good in my life. Try saying these affirmations, or ones you create yourself, during your 4 a.m. routine. Say them out loud if you can. There's power in hearing yourself speak these positive words. Another powerful tool for creating a positive mindset is visualization. We touched on this earlier, but let's dive a bit deeper. Visualization is about creating a clear mental image of what you want to achieve. When you visualize, you're giving your brain a roadmap to success. Here's how to do it. Close your eyes and imagine yourself having already achieved your goal. See it in vivid detail. What does it look like? How do you feel? What are you wearing? Who's there with you? The more detailed you can make this mental image, the more powerful it becomes. For example, if your goal is to start your own business, visualize yourself in your office. See the decor, feel the chair you're sitting in, imagine the sound of your team working nearby. Feel the sense of pride and accomplishment. Really let yourself experience the emotions of success. When you do this regularly, especially during your 4 a.m. routine when your brain is most receptive, you're training your subconscious mind to believe that this success is not only possible, but inevitable. Another key to maintaining a positive mindset is to surround yourself with positivity. This means being mindful of the media you consume, the people you spend time with, and the environments you put yourself in. Try to limit your exposure to negative news and social media. Instead, fill your mind with inspiring books, uplifting podcasts, and motivational videos. Seek out people who support and encourage you. Create spaces in your home and workplace that make you feel good. Remember, positivity is contagious. When you maintain a positive mindset, you'll find that you start attracting more positive people and experiences into your life. But perhaps the most powerful way to create a positive mindset is through gratitude. Gratitude is like a superpower for your mind. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you literally change the chemistry of your brain. You start to notice more good things in your life, which makes you feel more grateful, which helps you notice even more good things. It's a beautiful cycle. Try starting each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be as simple as a comfortable bed, a hot shower, or a beautiful sunrise. The key is to really feel the gratitude, not just think about it. As you practice gratitude, you'll start to notice a shift in your perspective. Things that used to bother you might not seem so important anymore. You'll find yourself focusing more on what's right in your life rather than what's wrong. And here's the really amazing thing. When you maintain this positive, grateful mindset, you become more resilient. you're better able to handle challenges and setbacks because you know that there's always something to be grateful for, always a silver lining to be found. Now that we've covered the what and why of the 4 a.m. trick, let's talk about how to make it stick. Because let's face it, starting a new habit, especially one that involves waking up at 4 a.m., isn't easy. But with the right approach, you can turn this into a lifelong habit that transforms your life. First, let's talk about the power of small steps. If you're not used to waking up early, jumping straight to 4 a.m. might be too much of a shock to your system. Instead, try gradually adjusting your wake-up time. If you usually wake up at 7 a.m., try 6:30 a.m. for a week, then 6 a.m. the next week, and so on. This gradual approach gives your body and mind time to adjust. Next, focus on consistency rather than perfection. It's better to wake up at 5 a.m. every day than to wake up at 4 a.m. some days and sleep in others. Remember, we're trying to create a habit here, and habits are built through repetition. One powerful strategy for building habits is what's called habit stacking. This means attaching your new habit to an existing one. For example, you might say, after I turn off my alarm, I will immediately drink a glass of water. Or, after I finish my meditation, I will write in my gratitude journal. By linking your new habits to existing ones, you make them easier to remember and implement. Another key to making this habit stick is to prepare the night before. Set out your clothes, prepare your meditation space, have your water and journal ready. The easier you make it for yourself in the morning, the more likely you are to follow through. It's also important to be kind to yourself. There will be days when you slip up, when you hit snooze, or sleep through your alarm. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just get back on track the next day. Remember, progress, not perfection. One thing that can really help is to find an accountability partner. This could be a friend, family member, or even an online community. Share your goals with them and check in regularly. Knowing that someone else is rooting for you can be a powerful motivator. Finally, remember why you're doing this. Keep your goals and dreams at the forefront of your mind. Visualize the life you're working towards. When the alarm goes off at 4 a.m. and you're tempted to go back to sleep, remind yourself of what you're working towards. Your dream life is worth waking up for. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but does it really work? Well, let me share some success stories of people who have used the 4 a.m. trick to transform their lives. Take Sarah, for example. Sarah was a busy mom of 2 who always felt like she was running behind. She never had time for herself, let alone time to work on her dreams. But then she started waking up at 4 a.m. At first, it was a struggle. But after a few weeks, she found she had 2 full hours to herself before her kids woke up. She used this time to start a blog, something she'd always wanted to do but never had time for. Within a year, her blog was making enough money for her to quit her day job. Or consider Tom, a college student struggling with anxiety and low grades. Tom started using the 4 a.m. trick to meditate and study. He found that his mind was clearer in the early morning hours, making it easier to absorb information. His grades improved dramatically, and he noticed his anxiety levels dropping. By the time he graduated, he had top grades and a job offer from a top company. Then there's Maria, a corporate executive who felt stuck in her career. she started using her 4 a.m. time to work on a side business. Within 6 months, her side gig was making more money than her day job. She was able to quit and pursue her passion full time. These are just a few examples of how the 4 a.m. trick can change lives. But remember, everyone's journey is different. Your success might look different from these stories, and that's okay. The important thing is to start and to stay consistent. Now, let's be real. Adopting the 4 a.m. trick isn't always easy. There will be challenges along the way, but being prepared for these challenges can help you overcome them. One common challenge is dealing with fatigue. In the beginning, you might feel tired during the day. This is normal as your body adjusts to the new schedule. The key is to stick with it. Make sure you're getting enough sleep by going to bed earlier. And remember, quality of sleep is just as important as quantity. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to help you wind down. Another challenge is dealing with social pressure. Your friends and family might not understand why you're waking up so early. They might even try to discourage you. Remember, you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. This is your journey. If it helps, try to find like-minded people who support your goals. You might also face internal resistance. Your mind might come up with all sorts of excuses why you should stay in bed. This is where your why becomes crucial. Keep reminding yourself of your goals and dreams. Visualize the life you're working towards. Let that be stronger than any excuses your mind comes up with. Sometimes life gets in the way. You might have a late night, or a sick child, or an emergency at work. It's okay if you miss a day here and there. The important thing is to get back on track as soon as you can. Don't let one slip-up turn into a week of sleeping in. Remember, challenges are not stop signs. They're guidelines. They show you where you need to grow, where you need to strengthen your resolve. Each challenge you overcome makes you stronger and brings you closer to your goals. We've covered a lot of ground, from understanding the science behind the 4 a.m. trick to practical strategies for making it work in your life. But remember, knowledge is only power when it's applied. The real magic happens when you take action. Imagine waking up tomorrow at 4 a.m. feeling energized and focused. Imagine using those quiet morning hours to work on your dreams, to cultivate positivity, to set yourself up for an amazing day. Imagine doing this day after day, week after week, month after month. Can you see how your life would change? The 4 a.m. trick isn't just about waking up early. It's about taking control of your life. It's about prioritizing your dreams and goals. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Yes, it will be challenging at times. Yes, there will be days when you want to give up. But remember, every great achievement in history started with someone deciding to try, to push through the challenges, to keep going when others would have given up. You have that same power within you. You have the ability to transform your life starting tomorrow at 4 a.m. The question is, are you ready to take that step? Are you ready to join the ranks of high achievers who use these early morning hours to create extraordinary lives? Your journey to success starts at 4 a.m. It starts with a decision. Your decision. Will you answer the call? Will you rise to the challenge? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Remember, the person you become is determined by the actions you take. And it all starts with that first action, opening your eyes at 4 a.m. and saying yes to your dreams. Your future self is counting on you. Don't let them down. Rise and shine. Your extraordinary life awaits.